What's up everyone, I'm Gooshy, and I got some crazy new info on the new Iki Island expansion for Ghost of Tsushima. We've got new information on what Iki Island looks like, how many hours of gameplay this expansion will give you, and a bunch of new things added into the game, like armor, charms, enemy types, and one more thing that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So if you guys are hyped to learn more, stay tuned. First of all, big thank you to this person who did not want to be named, as they got a chance to test a beta for this new expansion. So thank you for reaching out to me and sharing this info to me to share to all of you guys. Alright, to start things off, I want to share what they thought of the expansion overall. And you know, they thought it was even better than the main story. I didn't want to ask too much as to spoil me into what happens, but they did say that it was faster paced and they felt it was more intriguing. They also said that you'll be meeting an aide and former ally, which I'm guessing will be with you throughout most of this expansion. And so this could mean a member of the main Ghost crew could be making an appearance, where we get more background on this character, or it could be even someone that we met within a side mission, giving more info on Jin's past. This expansion as a whole should take around 15 to 20 hours to complete, which is around the same time as the standard DLC. Because Iki Island is very much smaller than Tsushima, they did say that the map size is around the same size as the first out of 3 areas unlocked called Izuhara. And I don't know if you guys remember, but the first area actually had a lot of content. As far as the environment, they also mentioned that Iki Island was also home to a volcano. This is something that I actually didn't know, and I'm actually wondering if this might play into the story somehow. They did mention that one of the missions took part within a cave, and that torches were added to the game to navigate this specific mission. In terms of other environmental changes, more flute tunes were added, so you could actually change the environment to summon heavy rain, lightning, and thunder. And so if you could change this weather on the fly, this might actually make the charm of Heavenly Rebuke even better. With more rains, they actually add rainbows into the environment, which probably will make really nice pictures. So along with the photo mode changes that Sucker Punch already announced, get your cameras ready to take more pictures. Onto the next major environmental change, which are the animals. In the trailer we've already seen the monkey, which this person actually confirmed are equivalent to the fox. Instead of using a fox to find the naughty shrines, you'll probably be using a monkey, which would be a nice change and will differentiate it from Tsushima Island. Similarly, they said they also added leopards to the game, which would be a different enemy type to gather leather, similar to the bears, where they do pose some kind of a threat. And there was another animal type that was added, the squirrel, which, similar to the deer, really added no benefit and was basically there just to give life to the environment. Next, let's go over more stuff that was added into the game, which you might have caught, as I mentioned monkeys, which will be used to find new Inari shrines. With new shrines means new charms. I feel like they had to add new charms, but the new charms that they mentioned that really caught my interest were more cosmetic charms. We've had charms before that added more blood, or made the combat a little bit more difficult for you as a player, but what they said was that these charms actually make you look like Lord Shimura, Jin as a kid, or Ryuzo. Along with these cosmetic charms, we're also getting increased stat charms that increases your stealth and your bow damage. That's all they remembered, but I'm really hoping that these stealth charms add additional depth to the stealth within the game. Out of the 3 major focuses, melee, ranged, and stealth, I feel like stealth was definitely the lower point of the gameplay, and I didn't really find myself using stealth that much. So we'll see what changes they add. Next, let's go on to the new armor added. Okay, so they mentioned 3 different types of new armors: a heavy armor, medium grade armor, and light armor. I'm not sure if this armor grade was more of a visual design or actually gave bonuses to defense, because we already have the Samurai Clan armor, which gives a decent amount of defense. So this heavy armor could just give you even more defensive stats, leaving more room for offensive charms that you could use. The medium grade armor offered more of a dual skill set, which gives benefits to both your bow and melee. And this is interesting because we haven't seen this dual playstyle in any of the builds I've seen yet. So I'm really interested to see what kind of playstyle this brings forth. Finally, the light armor they described as a hooded outfit that looked like a ninja. Obviously, this will give you more stealth, as well as some bow damage, and 25% increase to attack speed with your katana or bow. Out of all of the 3 armor sets that were mentioned, this definitely piques my interest the most. Not only because you can look like a ninja, but that 25 increase to attack speed is huge. especially in Legends mode, where it's a lot easier to compare these different stat boosts when you switch weapons. The reload speed, especially for the bow, is really important. Along with Jin's armor, they also mentioned that there are new horse armors as well. We already saw one in the trailer, which gave Jin's horse some horns, but they did say that 2 more will be added, with the ability to actually change their color as well. Alright, finally, moving on to the last thing that I'm most excited about, and that is you dropping a like and subscribing. It really helps the channel out and lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content, which gives me a lot more motivation to make more videos for you guys. With that out of the way, the real thing that I'm really excited about are the new enemy types. By itself, this isn't big news, but with the fact that they also mentioned new attacks and movesets means that along with our current stances, moon, water, stone, and wind, we'll be getting a new stance. Going off this elemental theme, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that this new stance will be either sun or fire. And so these different attacks, they explained, were a mix of sword attacks and high spinning head kicks. Depending if you dodged or sidestepped, you could also get an acrobatic bat flip or somersault. And so with the new stance, another question would be what kind of enemy type is this and what weapon would they wield? With all these agility based attacks, my guess is that the enemy will wield some kind of smaller weapon like a sai, a tonfa, or even some nunchucks. I mean, if they're adding the light armor that looks like a ninja, they gotta be adding some nunchucks, right? I don't think that these enemy types will be some kind of sorcerer or a magic user, kind of like how the disciples are in Legends, mostly because the single player is really much grounded in reality. Keep in mind that I could be completely wrong on all this information, as I really have no way of validating any of this, so I'm really taking this person's word for it, and I do believe this person is being genuine, and not just trolling me. With that, that's all the information that got shared with me. I really hope this information is true, and let me know in the comment section down below if you guys think this is legit, and as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope to catch you in the next one, and GG.